Statement. Secretary of State for Health, Wes Streeting.
Thank you, Madam Deputy Speaker. With permission, I would like to make a statement on the new hospital programme. Of all the damage the party opposite did during their time in office, the broken public finances, the broken economy, and the broken NHS, of everything they broke, perhaps the most egregious is the trust they broke between the British people and their government. Not just through their scandals or by breaking the rules they imposed on the rest of the country, but by making promises which they never intended on keeping. In 2019, they told the British people that they would build 40 new hospitals over the coming decade. But there were never 40 new schemes, and many of them were extensions or refurbishments. Put simply, they weren't all new, some of them weren't hospitals, and there weren't 40 of them. 5 years passed, start dates were delayed, spades remained out of the ground, and it became clear the announcement was a work of fiction. And yet, what did the Conservative Party manifesto at last year's general elections say on the matter? It said, and I quote, "We will invest in more and better facilities, continuing to deliver 40 new hospitals by 2030. They repeated the promise, even though the Department of Health and Social Care was putting contracts out to tender for hospital building that ran until the year 2035. They repeated that commitment even after the National Audit Office found the government, and I quote, will not now deliver 40 new hospitals by 2030. They repeated it even though the government's own infrastructure watchdog deemed it to be unachievable. No one thought this promise would be met, yet the party opposite made it anyway, time and time again. Despite knowing this, Madam Deputy Speaker, when I walked into the Department of Health and Social Care on the 5th of July, what I discovered shocked me. The scheme was not just years behind schedule. The money provided by the previous government was due to run out in March, just weeks from today. On the 25th of May 2023, the then Health and Social Care Secretary stood at this dispatch box and told the House, and I quote, "Today's announcement confirms more than £20 billion of investment." The truth is that no funding had been set aside for future years. The money simply wasn't there. This was a programme built on the shaky foundation of false hope. Madam Deputy Speaker, if I was shocked by what I discovered, patients ought to be furious. Not just because the promises made to them were never going to be kept, but because they can see, when they go into hospital, how badly the health service needs new buildings. The NHS is quite literally crumbling. Lord Darcy's independent investigation found that the NHS was starved of capital investment by the previous government. Its outdated estate has hit productivity, with services disrupted at 13 hospitals every day during 2022-2023. I've visited hospitals where the roof has fallen in, pipes regularly leak, and even freeze over in winter. The Conservatives literally did not fix the roof when the sun was shining. And last Thursday, the Infrastructure and Projects Authority published its annual report for 2023-2024. Its assessment of the new hospital programme read, and I quote, "There are major issues with project definition, schedule, budget, quality and/or benefits delivery, which at this stage do not appear to be manageable or resolvable. The project may need rescoping and/or its overall viability reassessed." So that is what this government has done. Our review of the new hospital programme and the announcement I am making today will do two things. First, put the programme on a firm footing with sustainable funding so all the projects can be delivered. Second, give patients an honest, realistic, deliverable timetable that they can believe in. This Labour government is rebuilding our NHS, and as we do so, we will also rebuild trust in politics. Outside the scope of the review were the 7 hospitals built wholly or mostly from RAC. These will be rebuilt at pace to protect people's safety. Also out of scope were the hospitals already under construction or with an approved business case where building works have continued without delay. Working closely with my right honourable friend, the Chief Secretary to the Treasury, we have secured 5-year waves of investment, backed by £15 billion of investment over consecutive waves, averaging £3 billion a year. This funding is in addition to the £1 billion the Chancellor announced at the budget to tackle dangerous RAC and the backlog of critical maintenance, repairs and upgrades across the NHS estate. And it is in addition to the £1.5 billion we are investing in new surgical hubs, diagnostic scanners and beds. Together, this forms part of the £13.6 billion capital investment announced at the budget, the largest capital investment in our National Health Service since Labour was last in office. Madam Deputy Speaker, I will now set out the new timetable. Projects in Wave 0 are already in the advanced stages of development and will be completed within the next 3 years. These are CEDAR Programme, Phase 3 Banbury Unit, National Rehabilitation Centre in Nottinghamshire, Oriel Eye Hospital, Royal Bournemouth Hospital, St Anne's Hospital, Allenhurst Road Children's Mental Health Unit and Dorset County Hospital. Wave 1 schemes will begin construction between 2025 and 2030. These include the 7 RAC hospitals, Leighton Hospital, West Suffolk Hospital, Frimley Park Hospital, Hinchingbrook Hospital, Queen Elizabeth Hospital, James Paget Hospital and Airedale General Hospital. The other Wave 1 schemes are Poole Hospital, Milton Keynes Hospital, Brighton 3Ts Hospital, Women and Children's Hospital Cornwall, Derriford Emergency Care Hospital, Cambridge Cancer Research Hospital, Shotley Bridge Community Hospital, North Manchester General Hospital and Hillingdon Hospital. Wave 2 schemes will now begin main construction between 2030 and 2035. They are Leicester General Hospital Royal Infirmary, Watford General Hospital, the Specialist and Emergency Care Hospital in Sutton, Kettering General Hospital, Leeds General Infirmary, Musgrove Park Hospital, Princess Alexandra Hospital, Torbay Hospital and Whipps Cross Hospital, where I should declare an interest as that hospital serves my constituency. Wave 3 includes 9 schemes which will start construction between 2035 and 2039. These are St Mary's Hospital in London, Charing Cross Hospital and Hammersmith Hospital, North Devon District Hospital, Eastbourne District General Hospital, Conquest Hospital and Bexhill Hospital Scheme, Hampshire Hospitals, Royal Berkshire Hospital, Royal Preston Hospital, the Royal Lancaster Infirmary and Queen's Medical Centre and Nottingham City Hospital. Following this statement, further details of the hospital building programme will be published on my department's website and a copy of the report will be placed in the House of Commons Library. In addition, my honourable friend the Minister of State for Health will be holding meetings tomorrow to which MPs of all parties are invited to answer any further questions about these projects. To make sure that every penny of taxpayers' money is well spent and every hospital is delivered as quickly as possible, we will shortly launch a new framework for the construction of the new schemes. This will be a different way of contracting by working in partnership with industry to mitigate cost, schedule and delivery risks and saving money through a standardised design approach. This will speed up the process of opening new hospitals and provide a foundation for a collaborative supply chain partnership. We will also appoint a programme delivery partner in the coming weeks to support the delivery of crucial hospital infrastructure across the country and provide programme, project and commercial expertise. Madam Deputy Speaker, I know patients in some parts of the country will be disappointed by this new timetable. They are right to be. They were led up the garden path by 3 Conservative Prime Ministers, all promising hospitals with no credible plan for funding to deliver them and Conservative MPs who stood on a manifesto promise they knew could never be kept. We will not treat the British people with the same contempt. We will never play fast and loose with the public's trust. The plan we have laid out today is honest, funded, and can actually be delivered. It is a serious, credible plan to build the hospitals our NHS needs. It is part of the biggest capital investment the NHS has seen since Labour was last in office, delivering not just more hospitals, but new surgical hubs, community diagnostic centres, AI-enabled scanners, radiotherapy machines, modern technology, new mental health crisis centres, and upgrades to hundreds of GP estates. It will take time, but this Labour government is determined to rebuild our NHS and rebuild trust in politics. And I commend this statement to the House.
I call Shadow Secretary State Ed Agar.